What's up, guys? This is DizzyPW reporting in at E3 at the Bandai Namco booth, and we're checking out their new upcoming 2v2 3D fighting game that's going to be available free to play on Steam very soon. It's actually already in alpha testing. This is the first time they've opened it up to let anybody get a shot at it, and I'll just come right out and say it's a really hard game. It's a little bit confusing. I'm in my second match right now after I just got my ass kicked by the developers. There's no press in here right now, so I'm stuck with the pros. And as complex as it looks, I'm starting to get the hang of it. So the whole idea here is it's kind of modern setting, and there's these people called Incarnates, which are some kind of avatar of these special spirits. Like you've got Ares, the god of war, which I'm up against in this match. He can summon this twin double of his that does these tornadoes that are really OP because you just can't get anywhere near him while he's doing it. And then I'm playing as Mephistopheles, who's got some rage issues, and he kind of transforms into this crazy demon with really strong melee attacks. And then there's Lilith, who's this really fast gunner, and if she actually grabs you and kisses you, she can suck up some kind of energy. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but essentially, once she gets some of your energy, she transforms temporarily, and it powers up all of her attacks. And it's really hard to catch her when she's transformed. The majority of the system is basically about managing your boosts and throwing range attacks out to keep people guessing and dodging and running from you until you can get into range and do one of the melee grapples, which home in, making it a little bit easier than this actually looks. But then you can also guard like I was just done to me, which is a good way to stun people and set them up for easy hits, especially if your teammate's around. And while I'm still trying to figure all of the details out, it seems like depending on the directions you're pushing, when you do an attack, you'll have different availabilities for follow-up counterattacks. And then you just press the... well, I'm using a game controller. They don't have it optimized for the keyboard yet, so I can't explain exactly how it's working. But, yeah, I just lost. One second. I'm going to jump into another game here and try out the Lilith character. But once you get people juggled up into the air, you can use your booster by holding down the button and zoom in after them and try to keep hitting them. As long as you hit them before they land, you can keep the combo going. And if you knock them out of bounds, they take some bonus damage and reset back onto the map. Anyway, let's cut the tape and jump into the next match.
It's pretty hard.
Alright, so we're going into our next matchup now. You're going to get to see the Grim Reaper in this one, who's kind of the guy who was in charge of researching these Incarnates and ended up becoming one himself. And he's got a lot of like zombie summoning. He kind of acts as the main bad guy in the storyline. You can read the online comics for free, and it sounds like that's how they're going to be revealing new characters going forward. But he can literally ride a wave of corpses and just wreak havoc. It's pretty cool. It reminds me a lot of like Hebo from Smite. They've also kind of teased a bicycle riding chick who looks almost like something out of Tron. We don't really know what's going on with her. She's not out in the game yet. That's probably the first character they're going to be revealing shortly. And I'm still not 100% sure on the victory conditions in this 2v2 mode. It seems like we have almost a team shared HP pool or something along with that, and then some kind of power or combo counter in the bottom right. There's a radar, but it doesn't really do much for you yet. And in terms of the actual keyboard controls, they haven't implemented them. I tried using them here, and it felt like a 1990s fighting game, so I wouldn't recommend using that just yet. We'll see later in the beta if they get that working well. But overall, the controls seem pretty easy to pick up and learn. It's just trying to fight the ADD and not lose focus with all the special effects going on, and the sound effects in this game are just incredible. And trying to keep track of the two opponents. I think it's the 2v2 aspect that really adds credence to some skill in this game. And so you can even do special attacks. But never mind, I was trying to do special attacks with my back turn to show off, and the guy finishes me off. But you saw there, I wasn't taking damage and my HP bar went down, so I guess my teammate was getting pummeled somewhere else, and you share that HP bar. Well, that's all the time we have to spend today playing Rise of Incarnates, but this game's already in alpha testing, and we should have more coverage of it coming up soon.